Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. It is Friday, I assume. Yes, in fact, it is. And in my lap, I have a squeaky little hamster. And I say squeaky even though she doesn't squeak. She's a silent little critter. Occasionally she yips. That was a bit of slurring on my yips there. Occasionally she yips, like when she's in heat. Like if she hears one of the other little hamatrons, then she'll make noise, but past that she is silent. She's not squeaky. But she was awake, so I reached down into her cage and I grabbed her. Oh, don't chew on that. And so I kind of startled her. I came in fast, and I wish I hadn't because it scared her. And I went, oh, I feel so sorry. But she's here. She's a good little hamatron. She's a cutie. I'm going to put her back in her cage now, though, so she can go back to sleep. Well, I mean, rest. She wasn't sleeping, as stated, but here we go. Back to your bed, because she was in her nest. There we go. Thank you very much. I'll partially cover you back up there. Yay. So, like I said, I just felt bad because I startled her because I swooped in so quickly. It was like, oh, you're awake. Whoosh. And she was like, ah. And I was like, oh, no. So, but she's okay. In fact, she's wandering around now because I bothered her, so she's got to check the perimeter, make sure there's no more bad things that can come out and attack her while she is resting. So. It's just she's kind of like a two-dimensional being now in her little flatland there, where occasionally the three-dimensional being will reach down into the two-dimensional world, and there's no way to escape. I'm of a different plane entirely. I was thinking about flatland and stuff like that last night because this is something, a mathematical thing. I mean, a fourth dimensional being casts a three-dimensional shadow like we have, and a three-dimensional being casts a two-dimensional shadow. A two-dimensional being casts a one-dimensional shadow, and that you start getting into like, what is that? But there's the book Flatland, which is probably like 200 years old now, or at least 150, that was written by a mathematician, like I think in the 1800s, but talking about what life would be like for two-dimensional beings and how they would live in two dimensions, and what happens if a three-dimensional being tried talking to a two-dimensional being, how our three dimensions would be represented in a two-dimensional world. Because if we tried to put our three dimensions into a two-dimensional world, they would just see cross-sections of growing size in a two-dimensional plane. They wouldn't see our three-dimensional bodies, they would just see two-dimensional representations of it as we pass through their frame. And so, what is it like if a fourth-dimensional being tries reaching into the third dimension? How is that a step up so that you can see, because you would have presumably be able to see the entirety of the third dimension, my apologies there, of the third dimension from that fourth dimensional viewpoint, just as you can see over the entirety of the two dimensions from our three-dimensional viewpoint. Rudy Rucker actually wrote a book that was really odd. Rudy Rucker, I don't know if he's still alive. He is/was a mathematician/ science fiction novelist. He's written a lot of really odd books, and one of them was kind of a world invasion thing of a different sort of intelligence, but it was like a fourth dimensional being and they were represented as spheres. So who knows? That might be what a fourth dimensional representation in our three-dimensional world would look like, just a sphere. Pretty weird. But also, I woke up really early this morning, 5 o'clock or earlier. Pain. Oh my gosh, chronic pain sucks. Even I took 3 CBD capsules before I went to sleep. So for a pain to wake me up at 5 o'clock, I was really hurting. And so I tried to stay in bed. I moved and wiggled, and it hurt. So I got up, and then I noticed it was snowing outside. And it's still snowing hard now. And yesterday, when I woke up to go to therapy, it had snowed and then frozen. So when I went outside to check the weather, there was a Jeep with you know, four-wheel drive trying to get up the hill, and it was just couldn't get anywhere. So my minivan with front-wheel drive wasn't going anywhere. But by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it was just slush, and by the afternoon, gone. Only it's still snowing now, and it's been snowing for hours. And when I went and grabbed my Readycam, went out walking, recorded some stuff, and there were cars that were just stuck on the roads and vehicles trying to get up and around. I live in southern Shelton, and southern Shelton, just in the hill area I am in, is like 150 feet above sea level, and it still goes up higher, so it's really wet. Well, not wet, cold and frozen up here, and my housemates are up now, so they're maybe loud. You might be able to hear them, I don't know. But so I took the Readycam out, did some walking, and thumbs up for that. It's a good thing. Good golly, Miss Molly. Oh yes, I have been like thinking over the past year, trying to, not even the last year. Things have slowed down over the past year. So yeah, my subscription count used to be like 250 daily. For years it went on like that. And thinking back, of course, the time that I was getting that at the most was when I was the most broken and doing upwards of 4 reaction videos daily. And then as I've recovered and found it more and more difficult to do reaction videos, my sub count has slowed way down. And now that I'm at the point where I haven't been able to do it for some time because of my emotional coming back online, I'm at the emotional stage now that I should have been at in my 20s. And I'm 56, trying to deal with life and an emotional system that's coming back online, and my hair is really annoying me today. My sincere apologies. And so I have not been able to make reaction videos for some time here. And that does make me sad, yes, and it also is bothersome too, because I understand I have a split audience, where there's the people that have subscribed for reaction videos, the people that subscribed for the vlogging, there's people that have subscribed for the Let's Plays. I imagine there's people that subscribe for the walkies too. But now that I'm finding it so difficult to do reaction videos that they're very, very rare now, those people that subscribe just for that have been bleeding off. I've been getting comments like, you need to do reaction videos again. I subbed for those. I was like, well, I do appreciate that, but with my emotional system right now, I can't do them as much as I would like. So I understand I'm losing that part of the split audience, but when you have a split audience, I mean, what can you do? And people change, and I'm a people, and I'm changing, so thumbs up for that. Semi-thumbs up. You have to do what you can do. So I talk about that a bit on the video while I go out walkies. I need to edit that and get it ready for the day, and that'll be a good thing. Past that, just surviving, went walkies last night, which I felt pretty good for that one. It had been 2 nights since I had gone walkies. I think it was, or was it just one? It must have been just one, where I've been more intermittent because I was going to go to therapy yesterday. I was going to go to therapy yesterday, and so I didn't go walkies the night before, and so there's little things like that. But the intermittent stuff does really seem to help, because I walked that 6-mile thing all the way through, and I was broken when I got back, but when I'm moving, it's okay. And I power walked there, power walked back, and it was a good thing. So I enjoy walking, a very good thing. It allows me to think, and now I can stay on subject. And for one thought all the way through, should I choose. There's times I just want to wander in my thoughts just so I've got the things just to think about instead of one particular thing to think about. But if I want to, now I can, and that's different and new. I mean, this has come on just within the past year, and so that's a very good thing. Little Figmo here. I have a bite on my finger. He gave that to me yesterday, or the day before. Must have been the day before. He sort of my fault again. I was trying to pick him up. But he is getting a bit aggressive in his defense, which he's nervous, and hamsters really only have one defense. Well, two, kind of. They use their feet to push you away as best they can if you're attacking, and if that doesn't do it, then they use their teeth to attack. And he didn't want to be picked up, and he let me know it. So I bled. And then the next morning, when I wasn't thinking, I went and used that and squished it, and it broke all the fiber stuff inside. You know, the platelets loose, and I started bleeding again, so that was fun. But it's healing up. It's just a bite. I mean, if you have small animals, it's going to happen. Especially, he's more ruled by instinct than, say, Gojira. I mean, if I startle her, she's like, bah! But she doesn't freak out like you're going to kill her. Whereas he, even if he knows you're coming in, he freaks out. So, even though it hurt and I immediately started bleeding, I wasn't mad at him. He's just doing what he has to do. He's a hamster and he's nervous, so he bit me. Again, it happens. In fact, I've gotten bitten a lot less as the years go by now. It could be partly because I've got fewer hamsters. Could be also because I'm just treating them better. I mean, I've always tried to treat them good, but your treatment and the way you do things change through time. And I'm trying to be more conscientious now, especially since I'm more woke up. So, definitely a thumbs up for that. Good golly, Miss Molly, 11 minutes and 45 seconds. There's a whole bunch of stuff, again, that I always want to talk about, and then as soon as I turn on the webcam, my brain flicks clean like it's a fresh slate, like I'd written all this stuff on it, extensive notes to talk about, and then I turn on the webcam and it's like an Etch-a-Sketch in the middle of an earthquake. Bam! Oh, it's all, oh. Which, thinking of, I actually wandered through Walmart looking through the toys and stuff because I'm a man-child. And they have all sorts of really bizarre things. Like, I did not know that Etch-a-Sketch has evolved to the point that it's now a thing where you can use a stylus and you're drawing on a screen, and you can do it with colors, and it's got stamp buttons where you can stamp images on where your stylus is. So you have to evolve, and Etch-a-Sketch has apparently done quite that, which is kind of cool. They have all sorts of really neat things for art and such. I mean, it used to be like airbrush was something that professional artists used, because professional artists would airbrush pictures that would go into magazines. You had to be a really good airbrush artist. Now it's like we have effectively airbrushes for kids. You put a special magic marker into it and it's an airbrush. So it's cool. It's a good thing. And it actually is. I think everybody should try and express their artistic side as much as possible. I mean, I still have my colored pencils. I was going to say pens, but I didn't want ink. It's colored pencils, along with a Sharpie. So I've got all this art stuff. I need to draw more pictures, so hopefully I'm going to get that done. It'll be a very good thing. Well, I can't think of anything else, and the sounds of my housemates actually doing things is distracting me, and I have to make sure that my little heart is properly placed. I have a very protruding Adam's apple, so it actually gets caught right there on the heart part, and then that works. The one that kind of scares me is when it hooks upward like this, and then this really sharp point gets caught in the Adam's apple part and holds itself up that way, and it's like, ooh, that, all I have to do is stumble, and then that thing will pierce my neck, and I'll start gushing blood, and which wouldn't happen. I mean, that's what the larynx is for. It's not going to tear out my throat, so it's okay. Anyway, though, I've opened up 24 hours. I haven't opened up 24 hours. I'm opening up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. Holy smokes, my sincere apologies. What a day. my dragging out the action cam and then starting everything early is just knocked my brain for a loop. So I am opening up 24 hours worth of comments as we speak. Again, my sincere apologies that I did not get this done beforehand. I feel bad about that. I try to do as much of this as I can beforehand, and it doesn't help when I don't. But then it doesn't make it terrible either. It's not the end of the world. And lots of people do all sorts of like YouTube videos where all they do is stare at a screen and then comment on it. So Sebastian Ferris, thank you so very, very much. And Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Nana Zaza, thumbs up and thank you. Noor Hady, I know I'm nowhere close, but thank you. Michael C, thumbs up and thank you. Jared Gann, greatly appreciated. Maisie Ree, thumbs up and thank you. We have Kathy Kisscat, thumbs up and thank you very, very much. Riley G, greatly appreciated. Renato Espinoza, thank you very, very much. Muraliteran Yaganathan, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And we have Quantum Snipes, thank you very, very much. Max the Homie, greatly appreciated. Zuriel XX, greatly appreciated. Brad Pitt, thumbs up and thank you. Seymour Johnson, thumbs up and thank you. And then there's Pandora NYC1, thumbs up, greatly appreciated. Thomas S, thumbs up and thank you. Chris with an apostrophe, greatly appreciated. And then we have hopefully someone, Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. Fuckboy, greatly appreciated. Shane Crampton, thumbs up and thank you. Philippe Arroyo, thumbs up. Craig Martin, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Shitty Content, thumbs up and thank you all. You get me out of my head, into the world, so I don't beat myself up when I do silly things like forget to open up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I need to take a shower today. I'm so sorry my hair looks more lank, limp, lifeless, and just plain awful than normal. But it's, like I say, I can't shower every day because of chronic pain issues. And so, even though I sponge bathe so I stay clean, you can't sponge bath your hair. And so that gets kind of Lankin, lifeless. Sorry about that. I'm not gross, I promise. Anyway though, I would like to what? I don't know. So if you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people who saved my life this month, thank you so very, very much. That would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, I'm eventually going to do reactions again. Just don't count on them. But I would understand if you did not wish to. But if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. A definite thumbs up. Well, we're at 18 minutes and change. I can't think of anything else to talk about. I've got a game video I need to edit and render. I have the snow walkies video I need to Reddit and enter. So I'm gonna have at least those two videos. I might do something else, I don't know. I have to stay busy, because when I don't stay busy, the odds of the darkness creeping in through the cracks goes up almost exponentially, and then I start feeling empty and broken and hollow. So I gotta stay busy. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing.